Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tanisha Evans-Marin, and my channel is all about lifestyle, fashion, travel, doula work, and DIYs, and occasionally plants. I am just so overwhelmed with joy about my trip to the Netherlands. As you can see, I have my bag packed and ready to go. I am leaving tomorrow, but I came to the Netherlands on September 13th for doula work and a little bit of holiday or travel. And so my daughter came with me at first, then my son joined us, and we had such a fantastic time. Then they left, and I was really, really sad because my client still had not had her baby, and she was due September 19th. And so I was just here for 2 days by myself, and it made me a little melancholy just because I had started the trip out with my daughter, and then my son joined, and we were really looking forward to like having my client have her baby and kind of just join in that experience. I was gonna have my daughter come with me to the birthing center to kind of take pictures and videos and that sort of thing, but that didn't work out. Then my husband came. So he came a couple of days ago. We celebrated his birthday here, which was really nice. And the experience overall was just amazing, really and truly amazing. From my clients flying me out here to just, you know, living like a local. They put us in my client's husband's apartment that he grew up in, and I'll give a tour of that. But it was just, you know, a great experience. We're on the canal, like we're on a, you know, really nice street or canal avenue. And, you know, it's just been really, really overall a great experience being here and living like a local. I've learned a little bit of Dutch. I can understand a little bit of Dutch. I got a tattoo. And while all of this is happening, guys, my client still does not go into labor, which was starting to stress me out because now I'm thinking like all of this time that I've been here waiting to experience the Dutch or, you know, Holland way of birthing babies here wasn't gonna happen. So I started to get a little stressed out, and God works in mysterious ways. So I'm so thankful. My client went into labor. She had a membrane sweep. And for those of you that don't know, a membrane sweep is basically a sweep that the midwife or OB does to kind of start labor, to get the uterus to kind of contract. So it's kind of like a separation of the amniotic sac from the uterine wall. And it can be a bit uncomfortable. So she decided that she was gonna get that. She got that last Friday, and still she was like having little cramps here and there, but nothing significant. And so she decided Saturday that she was just gonna get induced because she knew that my plane ticket was due for Tuesday, which I got a flex ticket with the KLM Dutch airline, which means that I could change it or postpone it or, you know, push it back or make it earlier whenever I want it. So the plan was to just do it by one day. She'll get induced on Monday. You know, it's her second baby, so it probably wouldn't take as long as, you know, it would normally with first babies. And so Sunday, she was trying to figure out if she, I'm so sorry, there's like a huge spider. It's not in the house, thank God. It's on the outside, but it's big. Anyway, she decided that Sunday, you know, she was going to let the midwife come. She's like, oh, should I let the midwife come and do another membrane sweep? And I'm like, yeah, let her come, because if she comes, then you can do another sweep and possibly not have to get induced, which is, you know, more invasive and intrusive to the body. And so I said, let her come, like, let her come. And she's like, oh, but it's, you know, I never met this midwife. And I'm like, well, if she's the one that's going to be on call for tomorrow, meaning Monday, let her come. Just let her come, let her do an exam, see where you are, that sort of thing. So she did let her come. She was due to meet at her house at 9. I think she got there like 9:20. My client was 2 to 3 centimeters and 100% effaced. And this is her second baby. So like we went out for dinner before. Her husband and the baby rode their bike, and I'll insert a clip or a little video there. They rode their bikes to the restaurant. My husband and I took a Uber because the bike, well, one, I'm not that skilled on a bike. I can ride a bike, but I'm not that skilled. this is a bike country. Like, if you do not know how to ride a bike, do not get on a fucking bike in Amsterdam, because they run the streets here. Cars are secondary. People are secondary, and then cars are third. So bikes are they rule the streets here. So I'm not getting on a bike. My client has tried to get me to get on a bike several times. That's not happening. And I go home tomorrow, so I've taken pictures in front of a bike, but I'm not getting on a bike. So anyway, they ride off. My pregnant client, who's a week late now because she was due last Sunday, she rides off on the bike. Her husband with their toddler, they ride off to meet us at the restaurant. We go have dinner. She's having contractions during dinner, and we're talking and laughing and joking. And I'm thinking, like, I just need to get home and take a nap because we're gonna have a baby. And so my husband's like, oh, let's walk. Can we just walk a little bit? And I'm like, dude, I'm not walking anywhere. I'm done walking in Amsterdam. I need to get back to the house. I need to take a nap. I need to cook dinner because I bought all this food since we had been here for so long. Instead of eating out, we ate out a lot, don't get me wrong. But there were nights where I just wanted to cook a meal. It reminded me of home. And so I just wanted to cook a meal, whether it was lunch, whether it was breakfast or dinner. So I wanted to get home and make dinner last night. So I did. I made dinner, and I was like, oh, we could eat, and then maybe I'll take a little nap, and then, meet them at their house. I finished cooking dinner, and her husband's like, oh, the midwife's here. She said she's the centimeters are 2 to 3, and that she's fully effaced. And he said the contractions were every 6 minutes. So I'm like, well, guess I'm not gonna nap. I'll put some food in a container just so that I have something to eat if time, gets past what, normal labor is. It can be forever, or it can be for short. So took a shower, took a little couple of bites, went downstairs because the building that we're living in, my client's mother owns it. So went downstairs and met her. We drove bats out of hell down the canals at 10 o'clock at night, which was exciting. I was also happy that I got a ride, because when I first talked to my clients about meeting them at their apartment when we were back in New York, they were like, oh, you can just ride a bike. And I was like, first of all, I'm not riding a bike. Second of all, I'm not riding a bike in a foreign country down a foreign street in the middle of the night. That's not gonna happen. So I'm calling an Uber. But anyway, his mom drove us to their apartment, which is literally a 10-minute drive, and we got there, went upstairs. She was in the tub. She was in her zone, and it was just so beautiful. And the midwife went to get her car because they had just decided before I got there that we should get to the birthing center. And also because the birthing center fills up quickly, just like it does in New York. First come, first serve. So if you are in labor and you get there, before someone else, then you get a room. If you don't, excuse me, then you don't get a room, and you may have to either go home or go to a hospital. So we had a spot for the room. We headed over to the birthing center. So her husband stayed back with their toddler, so that way the grandma could take the toddler or stay with the toddler. So we get to me, my client, and the midwife. We get to the birthing center, which is great. And we get upstairs, we get a room. The hallways are pink, and she's walking, my client's walking, and she's concerned about me recording because she needs me to do the double hip squeeze. And, I'm like, don't worry, I'll put the camera down, I promise, and I'll do the double hip squeeze. So we did that, and we get to the room. Finally, she takes up everything, and she wants to get in the tub. We get in the tub. After that, it was we literally got to the hospital at I must say 10:50, and the baby was born at 11:30. So 3 pushes and baby was out. And I'll insert a little video of that. But it was just truly amazing. The midwife was surprised with how I supported my client. They had never saw this double hip squeeze. They didn't even know what it was called. and they didn't even know what it did, this particular midwife. I'm not saying everyone here in the Netherlands, but this particular midwife was like, that thing you were doing was really great. So I explained to her what it was and why we do it and how it helps. And my client loves it. Like that, it was that. She was like, I need the double hip squeeze. I need Tanisha on my double hip squeeze. I need nitrous oxide. And, you know, and that's it. That's all I need. And so she wanted an unmedicated birthing center, low intervention birth. And that is what she got. She did not have time for nitrous. There was no TENS machines that she could use, which they had there for her, but it just would not have done anything. She transitioned so quickly when she got in that water, and she wanted to get out, but we had the baby in the water, and it was just like, she got everything she wanted. She got the space in the birthing center, which she was so worried about. She got an unmedicated birth. She had a vaginal birth. It was speedy. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Everything went so smoothly. The birthing center was so welcoming of, you know, not just a doula, but like a doula from another country coming in to their space to support. And it was just really, really great. Like I didn't expect anything negative. I guess I just didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I really just didn't know what to expect. And it exceeded my expectations, to be honest. And I felt respected. I felt, you know, needed as, you know, a professional. And so it was just a really overall great experience. And I really can't ask for, I would do it again. Absolutely. Like the midwife is pregnant. She's like, would you come back in February? And I was like, fuck yeah, don't tempt me, because like I can take this doula shit international, like for real. Like all jokes aside, like being able to travel to other countries, support birthing people in other countries, whether they're provided or not, that just really does appeal to me, because I get to see other places. I get to see how other maternity healthcare systems work. I get to support birthing people who want support, regardless to, you know, whether midwives are free or not. Like I could really take this international doula thing on the road or the plane. Like I'm in love with this, and it worked out just great. So I'm so happy that I decided to vlog it and document it and share it. And my client is very open to me sharing it. She loves it as well. And she's great. Her family's great. The kids are great. The baby's great. She's adorable. They had a little girl. I just can't say enough about the experience here. It's just, I'm so full of joy and gratefulness and humbleness for this work that I'm doing. Like, I really am, guys. And I just wanted to share that. Like, I know I went on and on and on about it, but like, if you're watching this, I hope that you're getting something from it. I hope that you're inspired if you're, you know, wanting to do doula work, or maybe you don't want to do international doula work, but you're in another place and you want to do doula work and you don't know how to start really. Like, hit me up in the questions and I will answer whatever I can. Who I was certified with, why I do doula work, all of those things. I would do that. I would definitely do that. And travel, like, I will talk about like all the spots I hit up here in Amsterdam, and how people just talk to me in Dutch because they think that I'm a native, you know, local here. And I'm like, no, English. So I'll talk about my travels here and like places that I went to that was really nice, and the place I stayed. It's not an Airbnb, so it's not like, you know, I could like list it as a place of, you know, like an Airbnb, but, you know, it is a family home, and I was able to stay here. My clients actually will be remodeling and renovating this whole place, so they'll actually be living here, so no one will be staying here but them. And so this place I won't ever be in again unless I'm visiting them. So thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for other great things that I'm going to have coming up.